You know who thinks that you guys, that's a big question mark for expectations is Dan Orlovsky, actually. He thinks that the most expectations don't fall on the Chiefs or the Eagles, teams that were in the Super Bowl last year. They think it's you, Nick, but not specifically you, the Ravens. And actually, can we play that clip real quickly, Brad?
Yep.
And Nick, you can react on the other side.
There is no organization and no team under more pressure than the Baltimore Ravens. At some point, I love them.
No team under more pressure?
At some point, we have to get past the reasons and excuses for why it doesn't happen. This is a team that has a Super Bowl winning head coach. It has the best roster in football. Their starting secondary is all first-round picks, and they got a quarterback that has multiple MVPs. At some point, you got to go win the whole thing. Or there's going to be a restart. It can't just be, well, this is a great organization, a great team, a great collection of talent, and they continue to fall short. And they know it in their own words. They say they continue to fall short in the playoffs. And when it matters the most, they, for some reason, don't play up to their standards. And I understand it's week one. I agree with Will. Like, this game is massive for Baltimore. It is. I'm not going to the extreme of, like, if you lose, your season's over. But there's no team under more pressure than this team to finally go get it done, because how many times do organizations have this type of setup and just don't win the trophy? It doesn't happen often in the league.
So I apologize on Dan's behalf. He said all pro quarterback and first round picks. He meant to say all pro long snapper. We'll get that corrected in there.
I understand why he would make a mistake there. It's okay. Honestly,
it happens. But in this case, it's not any secret, right, that the expectations for the team is to get to the Super Bowl, and that the team hasn't gone back since 2012. They've been close. You guys have been on the doorstep, but something along the way hasn't gone right. In your opinion, after hearing all that, how do you feel about dealing with, in this case, the most pressure in the NFL?
Nobody has higher expectations for the Baltimore Ravens than we do. I think, what he did there was state the obvious. We have an unbelievable roster top to bottom. We have the best player in the National Football League. We have arguably the best secondary in the National Football League. We have one of the best, if not the best, running back. I mean, you could go down the list of all the guys that we have on our team, and I get it. We know that we haven't played to our standard in the playoffs over the last, at least since I've been here. I don't think that's, he's coming up with anything that is groundbreaking. Like, we already know that. And for us, like, this is the most important game because it's the next one. Like, yeah, we got, what happened last year, but what happened last year is what happened last year. Like, we're not really focusing on 2024. We're moving on to 2025, and we're trying to be the best team that we can be. And all the stuff that they want to talk about, outside of here, it's not really important. What matters is the 53 guys, the 16 practice squad guys, the however many coaches we have. Don't know the exact number, but it only matters what we think and what we do on Sundays. And, I think for us, our mantra has been this year, we want to start fast. And we started 0-2 last year. And I think for us to get out on the right foot against one of the best opponents we're going to face, I think it's going to be huge for us. So it's a great test to our character as a team, where we're at as a team, and our resiliency for dealing with a lot of stuff that, it is what it is. It comes with the territory, and, people tend to put bullseyes on the top. So we're just going to continue to do what we've always done and play Ravens football and go out there and dominate.
I think that's the right answer. You guys can't look ahead. You got to focus on Buffalo. And now we can look ahead because we know what's happening. And the start of the season, the start of the season is it's going to be a challenge. There's some tough matchups, and every matchup in the NFL is tough, by the way. But you mentioned last year, you climbed out of an 0-2 hole. Whammy. Played well down the stretch. Only lost 3 games going into the playoffs after starting 0-2 when you think about that, right? So you were 11-3 in the last 14 games. But you got to start with 1, and it's going back to the place where your season ended in 2024. And winning's really hard, Nick. I think that's a part of it. Like, I hate the notion of everything you guys have done has been a failure. you're failing to reach your goal.
Mm-hmm.
But to win and show up, yeah, a lot of teams have had the aspirations to keep going, but they've fallen completely out of contention. You guys are always there. And it seems like John Harbaugh and DaCosta and even, you, Lamar, it's focused on winning this moment, right? Is that a fair way to say it? We're winning right now. We'll worry about tomorrow because we can't worry about tomorrow if we don't take care of
today.
Exactly.
That's exactly how we feel, and that's exactly what we're focusing on.